Alrighty, so you want to lose weight. Oh man, oh, it's so tough to do, isn't it? Isn't it? There's so much different information out there. Some people say don't eat sugar. Some people say don't eat fat, go on keto, eat one meal a day, walk 20 kilometers a day, do this, do that. Dude, listen. After you watch this video, you're not going to need to watch any other one because I did my research and everything in this video is 100% factual. There's a lot of misinformation out there. Trust me, man. I watch a lot of videos and man, they have a lot of bullshit in them. The one golden rule of weight loss: calories in, calories out. What this means is that you gotta eat less calories than you burn. Okay? Otherwise, you won't lose weight. If you're eating 3,000 calories and you only burn 2,000, well, now those other 1,000 calories are getting stored as fat. Conversely, if you're in a 1,000 calorie deficit, meaning that you eat only 1,000 calories and you burn 2,000, that means 1,000 of those calories must be burned from your fat storage in order to provide your body with energy. That is how you lose weight. Doesn't matter about anything else, about protein, carbs, fats, sugars, fiber, anything else, fucking vitamin D. It doesn't matter. If you're eating less calories than you burn, you're gonna lose weight. The first step in losing weight is to find out your maintenance calories. Maintenance calories is the amount of calories required to maintain your weight. So there's some resources out there, there's websites that calculate how many calories you burn, and I can walk you through this one right here. All right, so here we are on calculator.net. So you can input a couple pieces of information about yourself. So you plug in your age, height, weight, and gender. And your activity, just click sedentary because these other measures are pretty bad. I mean, 4 to 5 times per week, like what kind of exercise are you doing? Are you just lifting weights? Are you running? It could vary a lot. So just do sedentary, hit calculate, and then we can see here my maintenance is about 2,000. So any additional cardio you do on top of this, you can add to your maintenance. So if I do 300 calories worth of cardio, my maintenance will be 2,300. So just a side note, a lot of people say, oh, I have a really good metabolism or I have a really bad metabolism, and they use that as an excuse as why they can't gain or lose weight. Metabolism is mostly just affected by your weight and muscle mass. Smaller people won't burn as many calories, bigger people will burn more. So don't use that as an excuse. So once you found out your maintenance, you got to decide how much of a caloric deficit do I want to be in? How many fewer calories do I want to eat compared to how much I burn? So just for a reference, 3,500 calories, 1 pound. So if you're in a 500 calorie deficit every day, 7 days in a week, 500 calories times 7 days, 3,500 calories a week, 1 pound, math. So you will lose 1 pound a day if you're in a 500 calorie deficit. This is a healthy deficit. It's a good weight loss rate. You don't want to lose weight too quickly. It can have some adverse effects. And I'll discuss that later in the video. Generally, you shouldn't go above 1,000 calorie deficit because at that point it gets very difficult to stick to your diet. You're going to be hungry, you're going to be out of energy, and it's not good for you, honestly, if you go further than 1,000. Unless you're a really, really big individual and you need a lot of calories, then you can go a little bit over. But for the general person, don't go over 1,000 calorie deficit. Exercise. Okay, some people, they hate exercise, and you don't have to do exercise if you want to lose weight. I could sit my butt all day if I want to, and as long as I don't eat too many calories, I'll still lose weight. But in my opinion, exercise helps a lot. It increases your deficit, allows you to eat more, which will keep you more satiated, more full throughout the day. It'll increase the likelihood of you sticking to your diet. On top of that, it just releases endorphins. It has a lot of good health benefits as well. So exercise is good. However, when I say exercise, I mean cardiovascular exercise, walking, running, bicycle, swimming, soccer, hockey, basketball, that kind of stuff. Not lifting weights in the gym. Oh, I'm gonna go do a 1 rep max to the bench. Oh yeah, I just burned 100 calories. No, when you lift weights, you do not burn very many calories at all. I see people sending their Apple Watch workouts. Oh, I worked there for an hour. I just burned 1,000 calories doing weights. No, man, you don't burn that much. If you're lucky, you'll burn maybe 200 to 300 calories in an hour of absolute hell weight session. Absolute hell. Weights are weights. Cardio is cardio. Cardio burns calories. Weights are better for putting on muscle. If you're burning a ton of calories doing weights, that either means that you're just doing cardio in the weight room, just lifting like this with like 5-pound dumbbells. No, don't do that. So honestly, I wouldn't even really include the amount of calories you burn from weights. Maybe you can add it as like 100 or something, but don't be fooled by that. I just had to let you guys know. So it's not necessary to go to the gym and lift weights if if you want to lose weight, but it does help a lot for muscle retention. Because when you lose weight, especially at a slightly quicker rate, you're going to lose muscle as well. So if you're working out, you'll minimize the amount of muscle loss. And if you're losing weight very slowly, you can even gain muscle. Nutrition. This is a category that people are probably the absolutely worst educated in, just because there's a lot of misinformation and baloney on the internet. So there's 3 macronutrients: protein, carbs, fats. What do all these mean? They all contain calories. How many calories? What do they do for you? Let me tell you. Protein, 4 calories per gram. Carbs, 4 calories per gram. Fat, 9 calories per gram. Ooh, yeah, 9. 2.25 times as much as the other two. So for this reason, I suggest to lower your fat intake. Fats have a lot of calories. They won't keep you as full as protein or carbs will. Something else I'm going to mention, thermic effect of food. This is important. When you eat certain macros, they are burnt in digestion. Your body's got to burn calories to digest those macronutrients. Fats, they will burn about 4 to 5% of the calories that you consume from them. 100 calories of fat nets out to 95. Carbs, around 10%. 100 calories of carbs nets out to 90. Protein, however, 30%. 100 calories of protein will only net out to 70. So this is why it's good to eat a lot of protein in your diet. On top of that, it's also the most satiating, meaning that each protein calorie is more satiating than any other calorie from a different macronutrient. On top of this, fiber is very good. It is a subset of a carbohydrate. It only contains 2 calories per gram. So fiber is very important, and you should aim to eat a lot of fiber. It'll help you stay full. So there's a lot of debate on how much protein you should eat. The upper bound is generally 1 gram per pound. This can vary on your body composition. If you're a person very high in body fat, like 400 pounds overweight with very low muscle mass, you're not going to need to eat 400 grams of protein because you weigh 400 pounds. It's probably a little less. So if you're in that case, you can lower your protein. And conversely, if you're like just pure muscle, 200 pounds, all muscle, then you may see a little bit of benefits eating over 1 gram per pound. Although I'm pretty sure that if you eat 1 gram per pound, even in that state, you're going to be okay. So there's not really any reason in terms of muscle building as to why you should eat more than 1 gram per pound of body weight. But you're free to eat more just because protein, like I said, it has a high thermic effect of food. It satiates you. It's a good macro. Also, something that should be mentioned, if you're in a very small calorie deficit, you don't actually need to eat as much protein. And the reason for this is due to the protein sparing effect. Woo! What that basically means is that when you're in a smaller deficit, you're naturally going to be eating more carbs and fats. So those carbs and fats can be used as energy, leaving more protein, sparing more protein for your muscles. And if you're in a large calorie deficit, then you're going to naturally be eating less carbs and fats, which means that more of the protein will be burnt and used for energy, and less will be going to your muscles. So honestly, I could make an entire video. I could make an entire library out of this just because there's millions of recipes out there. But this is very key because if you're just eating McDonald's and trying to lose weight, it's going to be hard. McDonald's has a lot of calories, and the amount of volume in a little Big Mac is not very much. It's 560 calories. That's not going to fill me up. So it's very important to eat the right recipes, and you want to maximize your volume. So it's good to eat big salads, a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, lean meats for protein. I'll name a couple recipes. I won't go too in depth here, but I'll leave the link of these in the description. They're absolute game changers. So the number 1 recipe I think is probably the best one I've ever come across: protein ice cream. This thing is amazing. You can eat about 1 liter's worth of this. It tastes about 75 to 80% as good as real ice cream. It has like 1/10 of the calories or something absurd, and it's loaded in protein. Like, what more do you want? Like, honestly, it would probably be hard for you to gain weight if you're just eating this alone. It would be hard to gain weight. And it tastes 75% as good as real ice cream. What are you waiting for, guys? New pasta. So this is similar to pasta, except that it only has about 1/10 of the calories. One packet is 210 grams, 25 calories in the entire packet. I throw 2 of those suckers in my dinner with some vegetables and meats. That's only 50 calories worth of pasta. If I replace it with normal pasta, it would be like 500 calories, maybe more. This isn't a recipe, but I figured I should definitely mention it. Water is good. You should drink water with your meals. Drink it throughout the day. It'll help keep you satiated and hydrated. On top of this, any diet pops, diet Coke, sugar-free energy drinks, any artificial sugars, Splenda, stevia, monk fruit blend, erythritol, all that stuff, any 0 calorie / very low calorie sweeteners are absolute saviors. I know a lot of people say, oh, like artificial sugars like aspartame and stuff, they're not good for you. That's bullshit. I don't know where they're getting this information from. And honestly, it grinds my gears a little bit because there's no actual proven evidence out there that any of these things are going to give you cancer or kill you or make you grow a fucking toenail outside of your head or something, man. So just like anything else, if you consume artificial sugars in moderation, it's fine. If you overdo it, then it might not be good. But this applies to anything else. If you overdo sugar, if you overdo Big Macs or fries, they're going to have adverse effects too. I don't know why people think regular Coke is better than Diet Coke. Regular Coke's got sugar. Okay, yeah, you can go and get diabetes. Yeah, go and get obese and have bad teeth while you're at it because sugar grinds your teeth away. Maintenance. So this is actually the hardest part of weight loss. 95% of people will not be able to maintain their weight on diets. They gain it all back, if not 10% more than where they started. I know, it's insane. It confused me. Like, oh, why is this hard? Well, there's some reasons to this. You're going to have to make a lifestyle change. And the reason you're going to have to do this is because you won't be able to eat as much as you used to. You're now lower in weight and most likely also lower in muscle mass. And this means that your metabolism is also lower, meaning that you must consume fewer calories than you used to. You can't eat the same amount of calories as you used to. Otherwise, you will very, very slowly, you will gain the weight back. Also, a phenomenon known as adaptive thermogenesis takes place. Ooh, big word. It's not that complicated. What it basically means is that when you lose weight, your body is going to think that you might be starving, especially if you lose a lot. So what it's going to do, your body's very smart. It's designed to make you survive. It's very smart. What it's going to do is that it's going to make every single process that you do throughout the day and inside of your body more efficient. Your energy will likely be lower. All the little metabolic processes happening in your body, they're going to be more efficient. You might shake your legs 100 times a day before, now only 50 times a day. You might blink half the amount. All these micro level changes that you won't even think of will take place, and it's going to cause your body to conserve as many calories as it can. Now, I don't want to scare you guys. This doesn't mean that you can only eat 300 calories a day and you're going to be starving all the time. It's a very small difference. So basically, what you want to do on maintenance, which helps a lot, is eat similar foods that you did on the diet. You don't have to be in a huge deficit again, because then you're going to starve to death. But eat at your new maintenance using the foods that you did on your diet. And, obviously you can add in a little bit more calories because you can eat more than you did while you were on a diet. And on top of this, do a bit of cardio. If you never walked before, never did any cardio, do a 20-minute walk every day. If you ran 3 times a week before, run 5 times a week. All these things, they'll help you change your lifestyle. It'll make a routine, and then that'll allow you to maintain your weight. Now, the last section, a lot of videos, if not pretty much every video I've seen, does not talk about this, but I believe it should be stated because it's important. And I honestly wish I knew about this before I started dieting. The mental aspect. So I said earlier, don't lose weight too fast. And on top of this, something similar related to that, don't set a crazy goal. If you're 400 pounds, don't aim to be shredded with a six-pack at lowest possible body fat percentage, 4% body fat. It's not gonna happen. I don't want to be a downer. I hate to be negative, but it's not going to happen. And there's reasons for that. So when you're losing weight, especially quickly, especially in large amounts, there's a hormone called ghrelin in your body that builds up. This is known as the hunger hormone. It regulates your hunger. The more weight you lose, especially, and this effect is multiplied if you lose weight quicker, the higher ghrelin will get. So when you're trying to maintain your weight, you're going to feel way more hungry than you used to. And this is why a lot of people rebound. Ghrelin is very high. You're going to want to eat a lot more than you did before. And this happened to me. I lost 20 pounds in a couple months. I got very lean, very low body fat percentage. And I started noticing, man, I'm very hungry. Why do I feel like I can just eat forever? And, the reason for that is ghrelin. It was sending me signals because it was thinking I was starving to death. I was losing weight quickly. I was approaching very low body fat levels, it was like, yo, you gotta eat, buddy. So all I could think about all the time was food. And I never thought about this before. I thought just food was like, something to keep me alive so I don't starve to death. And, obviously it was enjoyable aspects to it too, but they weren't as extreme as they were after I lost the weight. I just wanted to eat everything. I was like, man, that slice of pizza looks really tempting all of a sudden. Like all these crazy things. I couldn't just stop thinking about food. It was weird. But you don't want to end up in that state. If you go really extreme, you could develop eating disorders and anorexia, binge eating, bad stuff. You don't want to get there. So lose weight slowly and don't shoot for an extreme physique. In fact, a good goal to set is somewhere halfway between your dream physique and your current physique. And I got this idea from a good YouTuber I know, and he's taught me a lot. He has great information. I recommend you check his channel. I'll leave it in the description. His name is Greg Doucette. He says, shoot halfway between your goal. If you want to look, absolutely shredded at 5% body fat and you're at 30% body fat, shoot halfway between 17.5% body fat. Don't go extreme. If you want to go a little bit lower, you can. You can go 60% of the way to your goal if you're extra motivated. But don't go all the way down. You're going to rebound. It's going to happen and it's not going to be fun. So on that note, I hope all you guys have all the tools you need now, all the recipes, nutrition. You're going to do that cardio. You're going to get in that calorie deficit and lose some weight. Let's go. Cheers.